Did we collectively write off the Cowboys too soon?
No, I mean, I don't feel I did because I'm still writing them off.
Oh.
Before the year, I thought they were an 8-win team. Sit here right here today, and I'm like, yeah, that's an 8-win team.
What?
Listen, there is no question we had about the Cowboys going into the year, if one was skeptical about them, that these opening games have answered. So let's just go through it, right? If you had worries about Dak, well, those are even greater now because he's hurt, it's his throwing hand, and he was supposed to be the driving force behind the team. If you had concerns about Mike McCarthy and clock management, well, that almost cost him the game last night. Last night, all they have to do is run the football on third down. Instead, they throw it. They end up going out of bounds, and all of a sudden, the Giants, theoretically, if they had a real living, breathing NFL quarterback, would have had a chance to go down and tie the game. Did we have questions about, man, I think they have a really good running back, but I don't think they're going to use him as their number one. Yeah, we did. And they're still not using him as a number one. Tony Pollard is, yeah, he's got 60% of the carries of Zeke. Zeke's got, I think 40 carries to Pollard's 24, something along those lines. We had questions about their wide receivers post Amari Cooper. Well, Gallup isn't playing, and CeeDee Lamb, the amazing one-handed catch notwithstanding, doesn't look anything close like a top 10 receiver in the league. So, we knew going into the year, Micah Parsons would be awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like we knew going into the year the defensive line should be very good if DeMarcus Lawrence is healthy. That's true. The only reason, Brew, people would say, oh, we wrote him off too soon, is because that Bengals win. And that Bengals win is one of the two games this year that's already happened, Washington over Jacksonville being the other one, that at the end of the year we're going to look back on and say, well, that was silly. That made no sense because the Bengals are going to be fine and Dallas is not. So I know you've been hot and cold on them. Well, I don't know if you feel you wrote them off too soon.
I'm glad you brought up the hot and cold because there's a rumor out there that I've written them off.
You did write them off. You picked them to win the division, and then you wrote them off after week 1.
Well, okay, but let me define writing them off.
Yeah.
I did come off the division. I think Philadelphia is the best team in that division.
Yep.
I never was on them being a real NFC contender. Okay. They do not have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and I never thought that.
Sure.
However, what I did not jump off of is them still making the playoffs. In an NFC that's mediocre, this is still a playoff team. And you said they answer questions. The defense is great. Okay.
But we said that after week 1. Bro.
We knew it was good, really good, but Nick, the defense is great. That pass rush, and it's not, like you said, it's not just Parsons, it's Lawrence and others. So the defense is great. I'm shocked that you don't think the running game is anything special. I mean, in today's NFL, you rarely have a number one back. Zeke is doing fine. Yesterday, they were complete thunder and lightning, he and Pollard. I get it. It was against the Giants, but this running game is legitimate.
But your better back is usually the back who gets the most carries.
Not in this. Look, neither one of them is Derrick Henry. Neither one of them is Jonathan Taylor anymore. So I'm fine with both of them basically splitting carries. They ran for almost 180 yards yesterday on 28 carries. That's a number one back, both of them combined. And what I like, Nick, and what they should do with Dak when he gets back, having Cooper rush is forcing them to play the type of ball they should, which is, I said it last week, defense is stout, running game is strong and primary, and then Cooper Rush, the quarterback, is efficient and makes some throws here and there. That's all they need. With Dak, Dallas got to believing that Dak was like this special elite quarterback that could carry them with his arm. He's not that. Okay, stop believing that. And with Cooper Rush, they're doing what they need to do, which is run the ball and throw efficiently.
Can I tell you?
And they should do that with Dak.
You know what they've been doing with Cooper Rush, which has been very helpful? Play the New York Giants and play the Bengals when they were still not realizing.
It was a week ago. Come on. What changed in a week for the Bengals?
For the Bengals? Oh, I think the Bengals' offensive line is a huge issue for them, and Micah Parsons has the ability to wreck a football game. The Cowboys' offense in the Bengals game looked bad. The Cowboys' offense yesterday looked bad, and Dak Prescott coming off an injury to his throwing hand, who's now, I think, going to be rushed. Or feel like he needs to rush back because his owner won't stop fanning the flames just to get continued media attention.
I like it.
For no reason whatsoever. This is, if the Cowboys are able to have a top 3 defense in the NFL, then I will have written them off too soon. But I don't think they have that. I think they have like
Top
a
6,
top
7?
8, 9 defense in the NFL and a bottom 10 offense in the NFL. And that to me is a 500 football team. It's an 8 or 9 win football team. And I don't think that's going to make the playoffs. I know the NFC's watered down. I don't think that's going to make the playoffs.
I think the Cowboys have a contagious confidence, and I got Cowboys fever. First of all, it's the defense. Daniel Jones out there running for his life, got sacked 5 times, 12 quarterback hits. So all right, this defense can wreck a game plan no matter who is out there. It's Carson Wentz. He's going to have a problem. Cowboys defense leads the league in sacks. The second thing I thought was really interesting, and I'm starting a new paywall site. My other paywall site failed terribly.
Didn't take off. No.
It wasn't great. Gonna do it again. PFF, Pro Football Feelings, where I analyze all the game tape and I say, ooh, I'm seeing a feeling there that you can ride and bet on. That's why it's behind the paywall. Can we run the video there, Hobbs? Here it is. It's CeeDee Lamb's drop.
Oh,
so CeeDee Lamb has the drop.
More good vibes.
Yes, here we go. Yeah. Behind the paywall, don't give it all away.
Sorry.
No, so the drop. So I'm at home. Everybody on social media is like, oh no, what's going on? Kellen Moore gets upset, but then he's like, you know what? No big deal, buddy. We still got it. He's like, it's all good. And then CeeDee Lamb's like, yeah, it's my bad. Huge smile on his face. And guess what confidence breeds, Nick?
He made a great play.
You got to throw confidence stuff. Cooper Rush throws him that. He catches it with one hand.
Awesome catch.
It's a great
It's an awesome catch.
It's fantastic. But they kind of all believe in each other. Defense believes in each other. Coaches believe in each other. Jerry Jones believes in everybody. Cooper Rush believes.
Okay.
They believe in Cooper Rush. Dak believes in Cooper Rush. I'm telling you, they got some confidence. It's starting to roll. So you're the only one that hasn't caught the feet. Well, it's behind the paywall.
Listen,
it's pretty good.
That leads me to want to go behind
Listen,
the
there was.
Good.
Hold on. Can I just
information after the show?
Somebody had to win that game last night.
Oh, come on.
No. Hold on. Just hear
They
me
were
out for a
2-0.
second.
You thought the Giants would be 4-0.
What? No, the exact point I was going to make before you guys scoffed at me. This is about to be a brilliant point. So take notice for a moment, my friends. Somebody had to win that game last night.
Yeah.
And whoever it was, the national media, either because it was the Dallas Cowboys or a team based in New York, and because the record was going to look good, was going to pretend or foolishly believe, we got to take this team seriously.
That's true.
The Giants at 3-0, I was prepared to come on this show and say they are no good.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Giants are no good. And the Cowboys at 2-1, I am prepared to come on this show and say they are a team that is, their ceiling is a touch above average. That's their ceiling. And their baseline is probably mediocre because they have a bad coach, they have an injured quarterback, they have a mediocre offensive line, they have an owner that we always talk distractions, all he does is try to create them, so we talk about him, and they do have, on the other side of the ledger, a generational defensive player and a bunch of other really good defensive players. I'm not taking anything away from the defense, but that Cowboys offense is going to put a clear ceiling on them, particularly now since they're drawing dead to win the division because of what Philly's going to do.
All right, one thing that I have to take issue with, you said they have an injured quarterback, or do they? This brings us to our next question. When is Dak coming back? We've got conflicting reports. Maybe next week, maybe week 5. Here's what Dak has said. I've been better, but now that we're winning, it's all good. And I'll be back soon. Week 5 against the Rams, question mark? That's the one I'm looking at. Brew, should Cowboys start Dak if Cooper Rush keeps winning games?
Yes, when he's ready. Okay, but here's the thing. This Cooper Rush's play, and more importantly, the way the team is playing around him. Because like I said, they're playing differently than just with Dak. If Dak's out there, they might be slinging the ball a lot more downfield.
True.
This is a smart way to play. But the way he's doing it gives them the luxury, Nick, of not rushing Dak back. We saw it with Russell Wilson last week.
I love it.
He comes back too early. It takes him a few weeks to even play decent football.
Yeah, and I'm hearing
Take
Russell
your
was
time
still
with
injured.
Dak.
He's still not playing decent football.
We'll get to
that
Russ.
hand injury.
All I know is they're 2-1.
They say it's a 2-year injury.
All I
Miles.
know is they're tied for first.
I've heard
All right?
it's a 2-year injury.
They didn't lose to the Colts. They didn't lose to the Colts. I know that.
What are we talking
I mean, we'll get to that.
What are we talking about?
All right?
But
you got to agree with me, Nick. You don't have to rush him back. Do you think you do?
Well, listen, I don't know. I don't think you should. No matter how well or poorly or mediocre Cooper Rush were playing, I would not put my franchise quarterback, who I have this long-term investment into an early season game until he's fully healthy when it's an injury to his throwing hand. So to me, Dak's timeline is totally independent of what the team's doing. I do not think the offense has played great at all this year. And I think the total difference in how the offense has done has been based on the competition. Week 1, the offense looked truly terrible because they were playing a truly excellent defense in Tampa Bay that we have seen give everyone trouble this year. Week 2, the offense looked mediocre, playing a mediocre defense in Cincinnati with a ton of short fields thanks to what their defense was doing in Cincinnati's offense. And Week 3, they're playing the Giants defense. That again, everyone wanted to pretend we thought the Giants were good because they won Week 1 on a missed field goal and won Week 2 on a made 56-yard field goal. I don't think Cooper Rush has distinguished himself as awesome. Now, he hasn't embarrassed himself. He hasn't gone Nate Peterman on us, and he's played better than I thought he would, but I do not think it's like, well, let's ride this hot hand. The hand is not hot.
It is
the
hot.
hand
It
is just
is undefeated.
It is hot.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.